Hello, my name is Rachel Robertson.
My name is Becca Robertson.
Our dad, Randy Robertson, had stage 4 cholangiocarcinoma and was given 9 to 11 months to live. Marijuana, combined with chemotherapy, has saved his life. Today, we would like to take this opportunity to specifically address the ridiculous political battle that has been launched against marijuana, not only in our state, but also in our country.
We live in Pennsylvania. Currently, marijuana is illegal in all forms except big pharma-produced synthetic cannabinoids such as Marinol and Nabilone, which are synthetic analogs of natural cannabinoids featuring slight variations to the THC molecule. The fact that these drugs are legal in all 50 states is direct proof that marijuana clearly has an accepted medical use and should no longer be listed as a Schedule I drug.
On a state level, the PA Medical Society supports compassionate use, but would like to see more research. Why would you support compassionate use if you didn't already know the many benefits of medical marijuana? Those of us that are faced with life or death decisions have looked up thousands of pages of research that has already been done, most of which comes from our own government. We suggest you do the same.
As most of you know, 90% of Pennsylvanians support the use of medical marijuana. Senate Bill 3 has passed the Senate and the House Committee, but we still wait. To date, each and every one of the 203 members of the House of Representatives has failed the people of Pennsylvania. The temper tantrums, far-reaching excuses, and the countless ridiculous amendments added to Senate Bill 3 have not gone unnoticed by the people that have elected you. We are done being patient, we are done asking nicely, and we are done needlessly suffering while you play games with our lives.
Do the job you were elected to do.
Bring Senate Bill 3 to the House floor for a vote now.
On a federal level, Richard Nixon included marijuana as a Schedule I drug in the Controlled Substance Act of 1970. He did this despite the finding of the Schaefer Report. Unfortunately, Nixon's lies continue to affect us long after his impeachment. Marijuana is still listed as a Schedule I drug, and the DEA defines Schedule I drugs as drugs with no currently accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. Marijuana is currently being used medically to treat cancer, glaucoma, depression, seizure disorders, Crohn's disease, chronic pain, nerve pain, muscle spasms, migraine, MS, HIV, and PTSD, just to name a few. While our own government refuses to acknowledge the vast medical uses for marijuana, those of us suffering and dying understand exactly what a miracle plant this truly is.
Today our country is faced with an epidemic of heroin addiction brought on by our own government's willingness to allow the medical profession to haphazardly hand out dangerous and highly addicting prescription pain medications such as Oxycontin and Vicodin. All over the country, people are dying from overdoses from these horrible drugs. No one has ever died from an overdose of marijuana. It is a proven pain reliever, and despite what the DEA would like us to believe, it is not addictive.
During President Obama's State of the Union address, he asked Vice President Biden to carry out the moonshot to cure cancer. Sir, the cure you seek is not on the moon. Our parents are not criminals. They have risked everything they have worked for their whole lives to stop the political madness that surrounds marijuana. Our government has the power to help the thousands of suffering cancer patients in our country by removing marijuana as a Schedule I drug. Vice President Biden, please help us. Thank you.
Oh my God. I have cancer? Cancer? Cancer?
Your dad has cancer. Cancer. Cancer.
Dad has cancer. 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 Cancer.
I was diagnosed in March with stage 4 bile duct cancer, and I had a surgery at Hopkins called the Whipple procedure. They tore out my bile duct and my gallbladder, my small intestine, part of my liver, part of my pancreas, part of my stomach.
All right, knife again, please. Scissors, please.
And they told me I might be cured. My weight keeps dropping. I'm down to 147 pounds. My wife doesn't want me to start chemo because she thinks it's going to kill me. So we had a scan. Just to make sure the cancer hadn't returned. And it had.
Dad has cancer. 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 Cancer.
It metastasized to my liver, to my lungs, and I was done.
9 to 11 months to live.
Done. I decided I didn't want to be done. I decided 2% chance to live wasn't good enough for me. I decided normal protocol with a 98% chance of death is not cool. And I'd been on morphine, oxycodone, and all the other stuff I had to take. Zofran for my stomach. It was a drawer full of medicine like this. I wanted to live. I have children. I have a wife. I have a family. I'm a taxpayer. Someone came to my door. I hadn't seen him in 15 years. He said, I heard you need the oil. I had no idea what he was talking about. Oil. The hell are you talking about? Magic shit.
Marijuana is illegal in all forms except big pharma-produced synthetic cannabinoids.
I tried it. What did I have to lose? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Die. I got up the next morning. I felt good. I had hope. I stopped taking the poison. I stopped taking the morphine. I stopped taking the oxycodone. I stopped taking the Zofran, the Regulin, the Ativan, Tramadol. I mean, it just went on forever. I didn't stop taking it because I wanted to. I stopped taking it because I didn't need it.
Marijuana combined with chemotherapy has saved his life.
I got my first scan. All the cancer in my lungs was gone. All the cancer in my liver, all the tumors resolved. All the tumors that had not resolved had shrank, and all the tumors that were small tumors remained the same. They had never seen a scan like that in their lives.
Doctors are not criminals. They have risked everything they have worked for their whole lives to stop the political madness that surrounds marijuana.
Who would keep this from
Marijuana
people?
is currently being used medically to treat cancer, glaucoma, depression, seizure disorders, Crohn's disease, chronic pain, nerve pain, muscle spasms, migraine, MS, HIV, and PTSD, just to name a few.
Who would keep this from people?
While our own government refuses to acknowledge the vast medical uses for marijuana, those of us suffering and dying understand exactly what a miracle plant this truly is.
Who would keep this from people?
Our government has the power to help the thousands of suffering cancer patients in our country by removing marijuana as a Schedule I drug.
I'm here to tell you my story. I'm telling you it works. But that's it.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel, and today I will be presenting a piece I made called No, You Move. The text in this piece is originally from Captain America, but for me it was more importantly on the inside of the service card for my father at his funeral. My dad had a long battle with cancer, a battle that, had it not been for his treatment with cannabis, would have been much shorter. He illegally treated in the state of Pennsylvania, and when he discovered just how authentic and life-changing this medicine was, lobbied at the Capitol for its legalization and defied the law by bringing his story to the news for the public so others wouldn't have to choose between the law and being alive as he did. In this piece, I've combined this text with sound clips from my father's activism. My goal is to call others to action by putting real names, faces, sounds, and emotions to a situation that we may otherwise look over until it's happening to us. Very often in life, we see these things and hear of others suffering, but we are not as active in the fight until we experience the pain firsthand. We weren't activists until we were personally affected and needed a change, though I knew cannabis had medical values and cancer was a horrible illness. Had my father known about the values and benefits of cannabis sooner, I firmly believe he would still be alive today. So in his honor, I hope to inspire change with this piece. I hope to encourage you to use your voice before you're personally affected and before it's too late. Thank you.
My name is Randy Robertson, and I'm just going to tell you briefly my story. I was diagnosed in March with stage 4 bout of cancer.
There was one principle above all else.
A local man with cancer says he had a choice, die or break the law. He decided to risk arrest by illegally using medical marijuana.
The requirement that we stand up for what we believe.
Of course, it's illegal in this state, so we found out how to make it. We make our own, and it's turned my life around.
No matter the odds.
It metastasized my liver to my lungs, and I was done. I decided I didn't want to be done. I decided 2% chance to live wasn't good enough for me.
Or the consequences.
Coming out of the shadows with an update on his health and a message for lawmakers.
When the whole world is telling you to move.
Those who are against it, I would say, feel that there needs to be more research.
Your job is to plant yourself like a tree.
Everyone knows what cannabis does. We don't need more research. We have the answers. We need you people to get your legal garbage out of our lives and let us live.
Beside the river of truth.
How can Congress acknowledge the fact that marijuana is helpful in treating PTSD in our soldiers that have fought for our country and our freedoms, and at the same time let it remain as a Schedule I drug? It can't be both.
And tell the world.
A big night here at the state capitol, and an historic night. Pennsylvania now the 24th state to legalize medical marijuana.
No. You move.
Well, Randy Robertson was illegally dealing using medical marijuana before it was legal here in the state to fight cancer. We are sad to report that Randy did pass away today. Randy became one of the strongest voices behind the cause. Randy did get his wish. He was there the day that Governor Wolf signed the bill legalizing medical marijuana here in Pennsylvania.
Jeff and Amanda again, so just a big round of applause for them. My name is Rachel Robertson. I'm Becca Robertson. We are twins. Our father's name is Randy Robertson. He was diagnosed with bile duct cancer about 2 years ago now. He fought for a very long time, and we used cannabis to treat him illegally, and it helped him wonderfully, more than we can explain. He swore by it. Yeah, he did. Unfortunately, he did pass away, but we are still carrying on his message. Cannabis is a medicine that should have never been denied to the public. Yes! So this is a performance art piece that I made that we're going to do together. It's about 5 minutes long, so sit tight. Won't last long. And thank you.
All right. My name's Randy Robertson, and I'm just going to tell you briefly my story. I was diagnosed in March with stage 4 bile duct cancer.
There is one principle above all else.
A local man with cancer says he had a choice, die or break the law. He decided to risk arrest by illegally using medical marijuana.
The requirement that we stand up for what we believe.
Of course, it's illegal in this state, so we found out how to make it. We make our own, and it's turned my life around.
No matter the odds.
It metastasized my liver to my lungs, and I was done. I decided I didn't want to be done. I decided 2% chance to live wasn't good enough for me.
Or the consequences.
Coming out of the shadows with an update on his health and a message for lawmakers.
When the whole world is telling you to move.
Those who are against it, I would say, feel that there needs to be more research.
Your job is to plant yourself like a tree.
Everyone knows what cannabis does. We don't need more research. We have the answers.
Well, Randy Robertson here in the state to fight cancer. We are sad to report that Randy did pass away today. Randy became one of the strongest voices behind the cause. Now, Randy did get his wish. He was there the day that Governor Wolf signed the bill legalizing medical marijuana here in Pennsylvania.